Hi, everybody. Boston mayoral candidate Annissa Essaibi-George is our guest. Let's go on the record. Less than a month left until the preliminary election, and the Dorchester Democrat is fighting for a spot in the final two. Does she have the message that will get her there? Let's go on the record.
From WCVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
And welcome to OTR. I'm Ed Harding, along with News Center 5's political reporter Janet Wu. It's great to have you with us. And with us this morning, sitting to my right, your left, Annissa Essaibi-George. She is a candidate for the mayor of Boston. She's currently a member of the city council. She was born in Boston, also a small business owner, former public school teacher. She holds degrees from BU and UMass Boston. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. We're closing in on the preliminary, so it's great to see you.
Yes, we are. Almost 3 weeks out.
There we go.
More campaigning, but not that many weeks left, actually. So let's start with the issue that I think a lot of people are talking about, vaccine passports. They've been debated for months now. Where, as a mayoral candidate, do you stand on issuing these passports and allowing institutions and businesses to request them during this pandemic?
Well, I think it's a lot to ask our businesses, and we've got to be really thoughtful about our mandates that are coming online. Certainly, we've got to look at vaccination. Certainly, we have to look at access to continued testing, and certainly we have to look at mask wearing, especially in some of our indoor facilities, especially larger scale events.
But what about passports?
We have to follow the science, and I'm nervous about the passports because it is certainly in the workplace, something that we can ask for, and I know the city is working towards that. But in private business, in restaurant establishments, in places where people come and go, those passports are going to be a difficult thing to manage, to mandate, and to make sure that people are providing authentic passports.
So you are not on board with Boston, for example, issuing passports if the federal and state government don't do it?
I'm certainly open to exploring it and understanding the impact it will have on our city's residents, those that are visiting our city and our business owners.
But you've been talking about it for months now, or at least many, many weeks, and you're only 3 weeks away from being, on a ballot. So where do you, don't you think voters want to know where you stand on passports?
I think voters want to know that I'm open to exploring all of our options here in the city, and that I'm willing to have conversations with healthcare professionals, follow the guidance of the CDC and our Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and work with our local Boston Public Health Commission on the right decision. I will say, as a city councilor, I don't have access to all of the information. I haven't been privy to the conversations that are so important to have to understand the benefit, the challenges, and the process to do that.
Is it still that much of a moving target now where you'd have to gather more information rather than have a definitive yes, it should be, or no, it shouldn't be?
I think passports are a hard thing to manage and to mandate at this point.
Especially if you have, like, for example, the Garden, if you had 17,000 people, or Fenway, you had 38,000 people going
That's
through.
why I think we need to be focused on vaccination, increasing testing, because we've walked away, especially as a city, from testing across the board. We need to create more opportunities for continued testing. And let's talk about masks. Let's talk about the things that are a little bit easier to do, a little bit easier to manage, and easier for people to do.
All right. Well, do you want a mask mandate? I still have the mask here on the desk.
I've got my mask right here, too.
I know,
and I think that, we're seeing the mask mandate come into play in our schools, which I think is appropriate. I think our mask mandate, especially for larger scale events, is something that we should be looking at. I think we should also ask people to behave in a responsible way. So keeping distance, wearing your mask, making sure that you're vaccinated, making sure that you're keeping yourself healthy, and if you've got an exposure, getting tested and being smart about your actions.
I recognize the next question is somewhat dangerous, only because it gets into labeling. Some of your opponents have labeled you a progressive. How would you label yourself? Would you label yourself a moderate or progressive? I'll let you say it rather than...
So I'd label myself sort of a pragmatic, practical legislator, policymaker, politician, and elected official.
So how does it make you different from the others?
I think for me, what differs me from the rest of the field certainly is my experience, 13 years in the classroom teaching. We talk a lot about our schools and the work that we have to still do in the Boston Public Schools in particular. I have an ability to do that in a different way. I'm a small business owner, and that work over many years has informed, but especially this last year and a half has informed me and my own experiences on what we need to be doing in a different way to support our local economies, and my approach to just getting the work done. I think about I'm very action-oriented, task-oriented, and we can study and discuss and think about the work, but we have to get to the work. We've got to move away from an academic exercise, roll our sleeves up, and go to work every single day. The people of Boston deserve that, and I'm committed to doing it.
So it's no secret that you share many supporters with the former mayor. Is Marty Walsh himself quietly backing your candidacy, and have you asked him for his vote?
Yeah, I haven't actually directly asked him for his vote. I certainly hope that he'll consider me when he goes to the ballot box on September 14th, or perhaps he'll vote early. I'm not sure what his schedule looks like. But I'm grateful to have the support of many mutual friends and neighbors and family. It's no secret that Secretary Walsh, I want to say Mayor Walsh, but Secretary Walsh and I grew up on the same street, and we do have lots of mutual supporters. I would say I'm grateful to have the support of his mother. His mother's on one end of the street, my mother's on the other end of the street.
And she's got a sign for you.
She does have a sign
on her front lawn for you, does she not?
She does, and I'm grateful to have had her support and her friendship over the years. And when I think about the neighborhood that we grew up in, it's these long-term families that have made a great impact on our neighborhood. And my work on the city council, my work as mayor will be to make sure that families can call Boston home for a long time. One of the top issues that we're facing as a city is the cost of housing. We need to create more opportunities for affordable housing and home ownership in our city. In addition to our schools, in addition to small business support, in addition to making sure that our residents are safe, especially in light of COVID, making sure that our kids will be in classrooms in the next couple of weeks, that's the work that we need to do as a city.
You thread perfectly into the next question. So what are your top priorities? Would you be, because of your connections, my word, that might not be the right word, connection to Marty Walsh, if you're elected, do you envision building on the Walsh agenda or the Annissa Essaibi George agenda?
So I'm looking forward to building on the Essaibi George agenda. I've been on the city council for 6 years. I was a classroom teacher for 13 years. I've built a business. I've raised a family. I've been committed to my city, to my community, and the work that I've done around our schools, the work that I've done around economic development, the work I've done to end family homelessness in this city.
So your top priorities would be like, what would be a number one priority? I mean, for example, there's no police commissioner. Where does that sit on your list?
Yeah, no, certainly we've got to have a police commissioner put into place, and that will be an immediate step. But building a cabinet will be an immediate step in my early days of being mayor of this city. But I think because of the circumstances of this race, we have an interim administration today. So as soon as those November 2nd votes are certified, I will take office as mayor of this city. So transition starts immediately following the preliminary race. So between September 15th and November 3rd, transition with some real intention will begin. We can't start a new administration, the Essaibi George administration, without key players in place, and building a cabinet, building leadership that will help me do the work of leading the city is a priority.
You are going to need more funds, more funding to do some of the things that you'd like to do. Where do you stand on city taxes, on the idea of raising some city taxes?
Yeah, we don't at this point need to raise city taxes. We've got a tremendous burden already as it is
fees
on our city's residents, and we can look at some of the fees for sure. What we need to do is think about how we're spending those federal dollars that are coming in. And we're expecting close to $1 billion when all's said and done, between dollars going into our school system, the ARPA money coming directly to the city and the work that we need to do in partnership with the state legislator and our partners at the state level, and then the infrastructure dollars hopefully coming later this year. I think about my relationship with Secretary Walsh and the work we can do together to build our workforce, to grow a greater talent pool and a more talented workforce here in the city of Boston, to increase opportunities for home ownership, and to invest in our kids, and while we're at it, fill potholes and build playgrounds. I mean, it's so important as mayor of the city to be focused on all of these issues. I've been committed to it as a city councilor at large, representing and being engaged in every neighborhood, and I will do it as mayor of the city.
Annissa Essaibi George is with us this morning. She wants to be mayor. The pop quiz is next. Don't go away.